What's up?
Right? Why y'all talking?
Why y'all on conversation on the feed?
We almost didn't come on. Because you guys were just having such a great conversation. We didn't want to ruin anything.
We didn't want to interrupt. We was like, should we go on? I don't know. Right now they're talking to Glow.
Exactly.
Calm down.
And apparently, kids back in school make life good, and there's events happening. People are helping each other. We love it though.
It's
right?
fabulous. It's fabulous.
It's great.
But let me talk to Glow real quick. Glow, I need you. I get people are coming into town, and you're a hostess and you're fabulous and stuff. But I need anything around October 25th. I need you not to be saying yes all quick like that. You know that's my birthday. So I was gonna have a birthday party on October 26th, right? I'm like, yes, birthday party. Then I go see a flyer. Glow's like, let me set this right here. I would like now for you to remove that. That says that you'll be working on my birthday and you will not be attending my birthday party. That's what that means.
We don't want your flyer. We don't want your birthday impeding flyers.
I was so disgusted. And I didn't even know who the person was. I'm like,
I don't know you.
I don't know you, but I know Glow, and it looks like she won't be attending my birthday party.
I don't know you, but I know I don't like you. Here's another thing, right? So right when we were preparing, Glow slid into my DMs. Glow messaged me saying, just making sure that all we can see is the banner. Okay.
Oh, that
which is the second time
that says the morning show will begin in a moment. That banner.
No, don't say sorry, Glow. It's fine. But
she's
it goes
saying
to
sorry
show
to
something.
me.
Oh.
And I'm not. I don't know.
Don't say sorry, Glow. It's fine.
I don't know. How much are they paying you, Glow? I think I might double they pay just so you don't have to be there and you can be with me on my birthday. I mean, they gonna double your pay just so you can go hang out at my birthday party and I don't have to worry about you working somewhere else. How about that?
Your presence is really, truly
I give you
wanted.
$10 more than they're paying you.
Girl, that's gas money.
I give you $10 more.
Sometimes it's all it takes, right?
I'm just saying, $10
I give you gas
more.
money, girl.
If they gonna give you $100 and I give you $110, I got the better deal.
Indeed.
And you don't have to work.
Indeed.
And you get to just drink and eat and have fun with all the people that you already love.
Exactly.
I'm just saying that is like a.
I might end up taking that, Glow.
You might end up taking that. I'm giving you $10 more than they gonna pay you.
So
she goes double.
Double.
She got to thinking about
speaking
it.
Languages.
She got to think. So you
talking
my language.
Speaking the right words. Saying the right words, girl.
Just saying. Tell them early. Go ahead and remove that face from the flyer.
What?
I got a better gig.
Okay, so I just want to please. Yesterday, it makes me chuckle, right? So yesterday, Glow hit me with the all we can see is the banner Zay. Right. And yesterday we got another message
that said
talking about like
all we can see is the banner,
basically, right? So that leads me to believe that there is a disconnect between a thing and reading, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna show you guys what the banner is. Okay, I'm sure you guys have been watching it. You've been seeing it for weeks now. But if you notice, right at the bottom, it tells you what's happening. The morning show will begin in a moment.
It doesn't say how many moments.
It just says the morning show will begin in a moment. If you can
it's
see
a small moment.
If you can see the banner and it's telling you we're gonna start soon, don't hit me with, hey, I'm on and all I can see is the banner. It's telling you why.
You know people don't read flyers anymore, right?
It ain't a flyer if you watching.
I'm just saying the flyers are pretty small in detail.
Yeah, but some of these flyers be like homework now. Like it's so much.
I'm like,
jammed
is that small
into
writing
a thing.
in there?
Like, what are we? This event may or may not happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you though, because I didn't read that whole flyer either. All I saw was Glow was working. I was like, I don't know what this is.
I don't know what this is. I know I don't like you, and Glow is supposed to be there, so we need that over here. That's basically.
But I didn't read the whole thing.
No. It could have been on some old Save the Children. She's like, whatever. I don't like this. None of this. is for me. Just this glow part right here. All of this can
Right.
go.
We're saving people.
kids.
We're saving lives today.
need
I
to
don't
save no
care.
kids. This is my birthday.
Look, not
I
on the
ain't trying to-
26th, you not.
Save them the 24th. Or the 27th. I don't care. But the 26th is a no-no.
Oh, and we're
Yeah,
having a dual
no.
party too. We're having because it's my birthday and it's the Experience 2-year anniversary. So we're having a dual party, celebrating the Experience and their awesomeness and my awesomeness all at the same time.
2 cakes.
Is that all you could think about?
You said birthday, and my
And-
eyes just
and
glossed
2.
over, and it was just about cake in my head for that.
And you felt, and I said 2 celebrations.
2
so
celebrations, and then that's both eyes glossed over thinking
gotta
about
be 2 cakes. It's gotta be 2 cakes.
candles and happy birthday. And I'm just like, oh, this is the prequel. They singing the song. It's almost cake time. I get excited.
Wait, you said the prequel.
Yeah, this
That
is where it begins.
so awesome. I mean, the whole thing is awesome. I can just see him.
This
This
is
is foreshadowing right now. There's balloons.
This is the ramp. Hey, what happened? How come? We need some.
Man, speaking of cake, what are we celebrating today?
What's
going on today? What's happening?
Actually, there's only one thing that we're celebrating.
Really?
Today. Yeah, and it was easy for me to remember. I don't even got to show you guys. But today is what is it? All we can see is the banner. Today is National Chop Suey Day. You like chop suey? You don't like nothing. You guys like chop suey out there?
They don't
Chinese
make
food
they don't make
looking
days
good?
for good food and good things.
Wow.
Every day is like stuff that I don't eat. I mean, chop suey. Who eats chop suey? Don't
Look.
even sound right.
I like chop suey.
You like chop suey?
I'm sure there are millions of people out there that love chop suey.
There's a
In
whole
China,
host.
there's like all of them like chop suey. A billion people
You said
love
like
chop suey.
All of them do.
All of them.
There's some folks for you. Okay, what's in
You
chop
got
suey?
11-year-olds like, I'm making some chop suey.
It's just so much stuff in it, man. It's so much stuff.
What? It's not even crazy,
So-
and it does not have. I don't think it has nuts. Okay, so chop suey
got-
basically means assorted pieces, right? So chop suey, right? So assorted pieces.
Suey means pieces.
Pieces, like things like
Okay.
Pieces of.
I don't know. But
I'm
lesson
learning
of
you.
language.
I am learning you. Chop suey means assorted pieces. It's a dish in American Chinese cuisine consisting of meat, which could be chicken, fish, beef, prawns, pork, and eggs that are cooked quickly with vegetables, usually bean sprouts and cabbage and celery, and bound in a starch-thickened sauce, so like a soupy kind of thing. Rice typically accompanies this delicious dish,
Yes.
right? So it's basically, let's throw all this stuff together, put it together, put a little noodles in there, put some chicken or put some beef in there in a soupy kind of stew kind of situation. And
You make it sound so great.
well, see, because I'm trying to show you that it's not all nasty, nigga. You can put some of this in your face and enjoy it.
So I don't like.
There's no nuts.
There's
There's
no
no
nuts. Okay, that's good.
cashews. There's
That's
no
good.
walnuts. There's
That's
no
good.
nothing.
That's good.
This is
No
just
watercress stuff.
It's just like a nice little Chinese stew.
So the thing about the Chinese food,
See?
the carrots,
National chop suey.
the carrots really be messing with me, and that those little white things.
Bamboo shoots or
Is that
mushrooms?
what that's called? No, I know what a mushroom looks like. What's that? That little white.
Do
thing?
you though? No. Sorry. What are we talking
Them
about?
little white things that be in there.
This
Them little
stuff?
white thing. Yeah, do you see that?
This?
Now, well, what is that?
That's a sliced bamboo shoot, I believe.
Okay, I don't think I like bamboo shoots,
They're
but I
good.
don't like that white
Water
thing. That's-
chestnuts?
I don't like water chestnuts.
You don't like water chestnuts.
Uh-uh.
Okay, so you can request that there be no water chestnuts in your chop suey. Nika?
I just need chicken and
this-
rice.
And we're back. I'm just going to close this now. Hi, I love Chinese food. Listen, can you just give me some rice and some chicken on the side, or, yeah, just on the side, and I'll decide my proportions.
And if you
Thank
can
you.
fry it, that'd be great too. They have fried chicken wings for appetizers at many Chinese restaurants.
But I love Chinese food. Listen, I love Mexican food, but can you just make me some white rice and some chicken? Thank you. you want any sauce?
You're not gonna talk about me. You're not gonna talk about me today.
I just did. All right. Anyway, it's a beautiful day today in the Alamo City. Guess what? No triple digits today.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
99.
No triple digits today. The high today,
97.
90-something.
90. I'm going to go with 98.
You're going to go with 98?
Yeah, I'm going to go with 98.
And what do you think the current temperature is?
Currently, it is 77 degrees.
Okay, let's find out. One day the computer will let me.
Yeah. Currently, 77 degrees.
77.
And it's going to be a high of 98 today.
Okay.
That's my guesstimates.
All right. Let's find out if you're right.
Boom.
And so today, under partly cloudy skies, the high will be 99. And the current temperature is 77.
Yes.
And it will be 77 as the low tonight, too. So, like at 3 a.m., it's going to be 77 degrees. But that's just actually kicking off a little bit of a cool front because tomorrow it'll actually be 96 will be the high. So we're dropping a little bit. It'll creep up to 97 before dropping back down to 96. And then ultimately by next week, we'll be seeing 94 and 93 as the high.
Beautiful.
Before it just starts to kick up. Here's something that I had to explain to my wife when we first moved to New York, because when they say it's the first day of summer, yay! And then it's freaking freezing outside. And you're like, what happened? I thought yesterday
was the first day of summer.
Why is it 50 outside, right? And so the best way to visualize temperature changes, if you don't know and you wonder, they said today was the first day of the thing, and why would it? Imagine it like skipping rocks, right? So weather changes and it comes in for a landing and bounces before it settles. Look at it like that. So every bounce is a high and a low and a high and a low before it starts settling into that season. I'm seeing the same thing here because the following week is back up to like 90 something before it then drops back down. Okay, see, you are not defeated, son.
I know.
You will go in there and you will make it work.
You will make it happen.
You will. Huh?
I'm going to work.
Oh. See? Either way, work is involved. You working, son. You working. I don't call you son to demean you. I call you son because you shine like one. Yeah.
I like that. You shine like one.
You shine like one. My man, you just as far away from the East Coast as you are from the West Coast, so calm down. Yeah, I know, but it's equidistant. We right in the middle, so it's zen. See the position? Zen.
It's beautiful.
It's a wonderful thing. Okay. I'll act like you ain't even here. Okay, so a little bit of I feel a presence, but I know,
but nobody's there.
Nobody's there. I know that you wanted to talk about, and maybe we should just talk about it right away. There was a bit of and we didn't get to talk about it yesterday because a lot of things were happening, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful conversation with Officer Smith.
With guests.
Not officer because he is retired now. Anyway, it was a great conversation, but there was a little bit of sad news for sports fans in the San Antonio area.
Yeah. So Manu Ginobili retired.
Yeah.
And he said his goodbyes to the basketball court. And San Antonio fans, people who are fans of the Spurs, Ginobili was everything Kawhi wasn't.
Wow.
He was just a very loyal player, guy. You know what I'm saying? And 16 seasons, I believe he played.
I do not know.
Which is a very long time, to be on the court and to be a leader. What I loved about Ginobili, we have a love-hate relationship with Ginobili, right? Because Ginobili be like, zoom, 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 and awesome, and then he'd be zoom, 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 and he lost the ball. And you'd be like, Ginobili! But he was the kind that anytime he messed up, like on one side of the court, he would like get on the other side of the court and try to make magic, right?
His
because
it
was real, right? Yeah. So he would mess up on one side, come back and fix his mess up. But then there was one year we lost in the finals, and I felt like Ginobili was part of the payoff group. Because I was like, how did you miss? We was up by 4 and we lost Ginobili.
Wow.
And then other years you'd be Ginobili. So like he was very
everything.
much, you know, he was great. But like again, very loyal to the team, very loyal to Pop. You know, brought us some rings home. He was the dude that was like, all right, Pop had this plan. He's a starter, right? We're going to put you on the bench during the playoffs. Okay. You're going to come out on second team because that's where we need you at. No complaints, no bad mouth talking, no social media rants or things on the outside. Right. It was just, no, I'm coming in second team. I'm part of the team.
This is my job.
It's my job. And it was just that. And it's a beautiful thing when people do that, because we always see the crybabies and oh my gosh and the attitudes and the this and the kicking of the thing because you mad that you didn't play or that you want to play or your time, like selfish stuff. Ginobili never.
I did it one sneaker.
Ginobili never showed any selfishness in this game with this team. So I definitely think the city appreciates him, regardless of even those times we were like Ginobili. Right. I think they appreciate him, and people are sorry to see him go.
He did release a quick statement on social, first in Spanish, then in English, but he did say, and we'll show you that right now, today with a wide range of feelings, I'm announcing my retirement from basketball. Immense gratitude to everyone, family, friends, teammates, coaches, staff, fans, involved in my life for the last 23 years. Wow, 23 years. Mm-hmm. It's been a fabulous journey, way beyond my wildest dreams. And there it is.
Love it. I love it.
Now he gets to go chill somewhere.
Relax. But like you said,
island, like,
you were like, man.
Hola. Me llamo Manu.
Yes.
¿Quieres jugar el básquetbol? You look familiar.
Right. I wonder what he will do.
But I bet you $100 I can hit it from here. I just have one of those faces. Hustling tourists.
Yes.
In Bora Bora.
I wonder if they'll go back to the house or stay here in San Antonio.
Go back to the house? You been there?
No, I haven't.
Is that your spot? Is that
going back to where he's from?
Oh, you mean like
in San Antonio.
Where is he? What Manu Ginobili is what? What descent?
I don't know. I don't want to lie.
Isn't he one of your people? Like,
I mean, yeah, he's San Antonio descent while he on the Spurs. That's all we. I mean, come
after
on.
that, I ain't got nothing. Oh, he's Argentine.
Look at me. I'm not that much of a fan where I'm like, so Tim is from. He went to college. He graduated. He's dated. He's. I don't know all of that. I know Tim played. Now, I do know some Timmy scandals because, you know, that's in our business. But Tim played, good dude, retired, you know, still lives here. And, you know, Tim from somewhere else, too. But I just be forgetting where. I knew he was from Argentina. I knew that. Because I believe he went and played for Argentina at one of the Olympics things. Because he went to play for his team one year, and Parker went and played for his team for France one year. And, like, because, you know, Spurs have always been a mixture of folks. Pop is brilliant in that sense. So
okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Congratulations on your career.
It's a tossed salad, if you will. I love it. All right, so Manu Ginobili. So I guess I'll wait and find out. Like, because I really want to, when the season begins, I am going to make it a mission of mine in San Antonio, and I called it a mission.
Yes.
No pun intended. I'm going to make it a mission of mine to go to some Spurs games and really be engaged and try to become a fan. Gotcha. I want to give it the shot that it deserves. You know what I mean?
When our team is like brand new, you want to use this year as a team.
Okay, so I just got here. I would have tried last year, but I wasn't here.
I know. So our team is brand spanking new. Like all of our Tony left this year. He's actually going to go play for another team, which is going to be crazy to see Tony Parker in a different uniform because him, Manu, Tim, that all they played for was the Spurs.
Right.
So, you know, but all three of them are gone. Of course, Kawhi's gone. Long-haired boy that don't like. That was me about to be messy.
What happened? I'm lost.
Danny, Mr. Danny. See, Danny liked to be in the streets. See, he liked to be out. He liked to hang out. He liked to, but there's certain folks he don't like to hang out with. So, but they know that. So anyway, Danny gone. And everybody that we know, right, is gone. There's about 2 or 3 players that are still on the team.
Okay.
That were here from before.
All right.
So we looking at. I mean, we can be
Still.
there together. Like, who the Spurs players?
learn together
over again. Yes,
wow. First year
yes.
fans and longtime fans.
Longtime renewing fans. Right.
In the same boat. Like, who is this? Who is you? What do you do? Forward?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Gotcha. Keep going.
Nice
Keep
to meet
going.
you.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
I love it. I love my Spurs, though.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
So
looking forward to loving them too. All right.
what else is happening? Oh, did we gonna read the letter?
Yes.
Because that happened too.
Yes.
Did y'all hear McCain's letter? Did anybody like listen to somebody who actually read it, or did you see it online and actually read it? We were having this conversation that some folks thought he was being a little petty in his passing, and I had also said he disinvited Trump like last year when he was planning his own funeral, which very few people do
get
to actually do and say, this is who I want to speak, and this is the colors I want the people to wear, and this is where I want to have it, and this is who I want to attend. And if you think about it, how many people get that opportunity? There's so many people say, how you disinvite somebody from your funeral? How many people know that they're about to have one?
right.
So I mean, if you think about it, unless you are terminally ill and you're going through that process, that's the only thing. And then some folks that have those miracles when the doctor says, oh, you have 6 months to live, but now you've been living for 2 years, that thought of, I might die tomorrow has, now you're thinking I'm going to live.
Right.
I might live tomorrow. The death is not just in the forefront. So again, even those situations, you're not preparing. You might have prepared at the beginning, but now the Lord is giving you more days. And so now you're praying for more life, and more days of life. So not many people have that opportunity to even do that. And so I think you should everybody should think about that first.
Sure.
And the fact that when he was planning this was literally like last year,
During
6,
this
7,
year.
8 months
During
ago,
this year.
Yeah.
And he had time to prepare
all of
his
those
family,
things.
prepare his
And then somebody
faith.
said, somebody made the comment, well, like, you're in your last moments of death and you over here worried about Trump. No, again, this is a whole year. He has had plenty of time. It wasn't like he was like, I don't want to talk to my family. I want to talk to the world about Trump.
Right.
He did both.
Much as you do both on a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
Right.
He did both. He said goodbye to his family. He did his love yous and all that. And he wrote a letter to the world or America or whatever to say goodbye as well. So,
right.
He
did. It was it's actually really good. And Nika and I were talking about this yesterday, and we want to read the whole thing. We want to read the letter in its entirety. I'm taking a page from this other reporter that I truly like his work, Chris Cuomo, who said, and it resonated. We in this business and what Nika and I do, it's always so intrinsic to chop things up and give it to you in small bites, right? It's because attention span. People might log off. People might not be watching. People might, if we take too long with a thing. So we try to parse things and then just give you the highlights. Highlights. But sometimes you need to say to hell with that because you need to hear it all. Right?
Absolutely.
You need to hear all of it. So it might take 3 minutes, but tuck in because this is actually really nice.
And
now,
when you're done with that too, Winnie, we're going to come back to exactly what you said and talk about that because that's exactly what should be happening. Us planning these things, life insurance, things of that sort.
Yes.
And a lot of times in our communities, that was a conversation that did not take place a lot.
Right.
And so we're going to talk about that too after the letter.
And we all actually happen to know of somebody who didn't handle that particular business that is in the news quite a lot right now.
Yeah.
All right. So this is John McCain in his farewell letter to America. Okay. My fellow Americans, who I have gratefully served for 60 years. 60 years, wow. And especially my fellow Arizonians, thank you for the privilege of serving you and for the rewarding life that service in uniform and in public office has allowed me to lead. I have tried to serve our country honorably. I've made mistakes. But I hope my love for America will be weighted favorably against them. I often observe that I am the luckiest person on earth. I feel that way now, even as I prepare for the end of my life. I've loved my life, all of it. I've had experiences, adventures, friendships, enough for 10 satisfying lives, and I am so thankful. Like most people, I have regrets, but I would not trade a day of my life, in good or bad times, for the best day of anybody else's. I owe this satisfaction to the love of my family. One man has never had a more loving wife or children he was prouder of than I am of mine. And I owe it to America to be connected to America's causes, liberty, equal justice, and respect for the dignity of all people brings happiness more sublime than life's fleeting pleasures. Our identities and sense of worth were not circumscribed, but are enlarged by serving good causes bigger than ourselves. Fellow Americans, that association has meant more to me than any other. I lived and died a proud American. We are citizens of the world's greatest republic, a nation of ideals, not blood and soil. We are blessed and are a blessing to humanity when we uphold and advance those ideals at home and in the world. We have helped liberate more people away from tyranny and poverty than ever before in history, and we have acquired great wealth and power in the progress. We weaken our greatness when we confuse our patriotism with tribal rivalries that have sown resentment and hatred and violence in all the corners of the globe. We weaken it when we hide behind walls rather than tear them down, when we doubt the power of our ideals rather than trust them to be the great force for change that they've always been. We are 325 million opinionated, vociferous individuals. We argue and compete, and sometimes even vilify each other in our raucous public debates. But we have always had so much more in common with each other than in disagreement. If we only remember and give each other the benefit of the presumption that we all love our country, then we will get through these challenging times. We will come through them stronger than before. We always do. 10 years ago, I had the privilege to concede defeat in the election for president. I want to end my farewell to you with heartfelt faith in Americans that felt so powerfully that evening. I feel it powerfully still. Do not despair of our present difficulties. We believe always in the promise and greatness of America because nothing is inevitable here. Americans never quit. We never surrender. We never hide from history. We make history. Farewell, fellow Americans. God bless you, and God bless America.
Oh.
And those were the words in his farewell letter. And it's interesting that there are so many little kind of things that certain people in the party will not say in politics, but might say in private.
Right.
Right? Like, the stuff about tearing down walls.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff about how we shouldn't take political ideologies and turn them into tribalism and rivalries and the kind of things that, that spark hatred all over the world. I mean, we did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
mm-hmm.
very few. There are a few countries that have a truly global influence, a truly global reach. Obviously, we are at the top of that list, right? Because of our strength, because of our money, because of our popularity, right? And our entertainment even. So when we're doing bad, the world's doing bad, right? And when we can't get it together, then the world has a hard time getting it together, you know? And the fact that he mentions those things, and he might be able to mention it now outside of politics, or, you know, right before he's gone. And you notice also that kind of thing with politicians that are getting ready to leave office, right? People that are good with speaking up because I don't care about an election anymore. You know what I mean? And this is the ultimate not caring about an election anymore. But what made John McCain interesting was that a lot of that stuff he probably would have said on the Senate floor and has. You know, like, what the hell are we doing, people? Right. You know?
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff. Good words. And things that you can put in a lot of different perspectives, right? It's not just politics in the world. It's your family. It's work. It's relationships with people. You know, at the end of the day, and you know, he cleverly put some words in there that make you think about what Trump's doing right now and what's going on. But the bottom line of it is being good to each other and being good and being appreciative of the things that you've had in life and the experiences that you've had in life and things of that sort. You know, death is huge, man. I always say that when people when we talk about when people die, the whole element changes. So it could be somebody. There's only been one time when someone passed away here, and I mentioned their name or something, and somebody was here, and they were like, forget him. And I was like, you know, you ain't supposed to be speaking ill of the dead. You know, they say not supposed to do that. And he was like, well, we weren't cool when he was living, and there's no reason for me to pretend like we cool now. You know, like that person was mean to me. And it's one thing to have you know, maybe we just ain't cool, right? We've agreed to agree that we don't get along, and then someone actually did something to hurt you, and being able to again to not apologize but to forgive that situation, you know, so you're not taking on with it all your life and this person's gone and you still can't stand them, type thing. But it's just weird, you know, when there's death involved, it just seems like everything kind of goes by the waistline. Like, all right, this is, you know.
There used to be a line, right? The more I think about it, there used to be a line that since seems to have been rubbed away or wiped away when, you know, the something like death is so transcendent. It's such a massive thing. You're ceasing to exist on this plane, so to speak, right? Like, it's such a massive thing. And that with, I'm guessing from our, maybe there's still a few holdouts now, or maybe in less crowded societies, it's still a thing, but death puts the pettiness of humans into perspective.
Absolutely.
Right? And in that happening, then that's where you find those epiphanies. Like, oh, you know
just
what?
Drop it.
It wasn't so bad. Yeah,
I mean,
you just
it doesn't
drop
even matter if it was so bad.
Right.
Like, you just drop it.
It's like, oh man, you know, but they're gone now, or she's gone
or she's
now,
about to pass away, or
Yeah.
they've got cancer, or anything that's death related.
Right.
It's like everything's by the wayside.
Right.
Because life is over when they die. There's no coming back. There's no rewind. There's no, I just want to see my daddy one more time. Sorry, but I do. There's none of that.
Right.
So it's like it's final. Right. So at the end of the day, whatever is going on, you just drop it.
You just drop it. You just feel like you need it. But here's the thing. Societally, it seems as though that line is being wiped away. Like, it seems like people just can't let go
of things,
of the pettiness, of
the pain. They can't let go of the pain because they're not forgiving. They're not forgiving them. They're not forgiving themselves for being duped or lied to, whatever. You know, the forgiveness is not for the other person. It's for you.
Still owe me $100.
Yeah.
Like,
so and because they're not forgiving, that it gets wiped away.
Do you think that we're not teaching our kids to be more?
Absolutely.
Well, you know what?
I know we're not teaching our kids to be more forgiving. Again, what did I say the other day when I met with Barbara Hawkins and some of the other dignitarians this past weekend? And her thing was
Barbara Hawkins,
redemption.
No, I'm
just saying.
I met with
But that's
Barbara
our. But
Hawkins.
those are.
I was
our,
at home eating cake, and she's out hobnobbing with the people.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
but I don't. But I'm not in a commercial though.
Oh, stop it! Oh, stop it!
I don't have my people calling me all throughout the day saying Zay Zay's on TV.
Oh, please, that's so gauche. Sorry. I'm joking. So no, but go ahead.
Like,
but you mentioned
I'm not.
it before.
No, I'm just kidding. But
and
yes,
you mentioned it before
redemption.
too here about kid. Like, what do we do, man? Because I got something. Go ahead. Finish your statement because I got something that's going to continue this exact
thing. But that's the whole thing. She said, "Look, redemption people. We do stuff to make people mad. We do stuff to get people upset, and sometimes we don't even know that we did it. So at some point, people have to allow the person to say I'm sorry, right? But if you don't go and say, hey, you hurt my feelings, you did something to piss me off,
right?
What you just did was disrespectful. If you don't say that to the person, you don't give them a chance to say, man, I'm sorry.
Right.
I didn't realize that. My apologies. Or I did that crap on purpose. Feel it.
Oh my goodness.
That too, though, because people don't talk mess in front of other people either. Right? I got a whole bunch of, well, I wish they would. They better not in front of me, but I'm not the one that you're talking about. You're talking about that girl. Are you talking to her in front of her face like that?
Right.
Did you tell her in front of her face, I wish you would? I bet you won't say nothing, right? You're not doing that. So again, tell it to the people, to give them a chance to say something back to you so you can actually get something resolved rather than y'all hating each other for 5-6 years and you don't even know why. Or I'm sitting here and my feelings is all hurt because Chloe took the gig on my birthday party and I ain't talked to her for 4 weeks because my feelings is hurt. And Chloe's like, I don't know why Nika not talking to me. It's because you have a gig on my birthday. I'm just kidding. But you understand what I'm saying.
You came on right away. It was like, look, 110.
110.
Lady.
I got you.
We getting you
$10
over here.
over what they offered.
And there's certainly a difference between peacocking for your friends and resolving issues. You got to get to resolving and stop the peacocking.
Exactly.
And that's basically it.
Exactly.
All right. So in Come Get Your Kids news, man, can I just tell you? Okay. So there have been two heartbreaking, heart-wrenching stories that have taken place over the past couple of days. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think I lost one of them. But I'll find it. Of children being incredibly mean to each other. Okay? Not just mean, but hurtful. Hurtful. So again, this is Come Get Your Kids news. So there's a young boy named Kalani. I'm sorry. No. His mom and dad. So Kalani and Haley Kyoko mourn the loss of their 9-year-old boy.
Kalani and Haley. Those aren't two. That's not a man. That's two ladies.
Well, we'll find out in a moment.
Okay.
This little kid killed himself because he was being bullied to the point where he felt that he needed to end it all. 2 points about this. He was gay, and he came out to his classmates that he was gay, and then proceeded to be bullied to the point where he felt he needed to end his life.
The 9-year-old was gay?
The second point is that he's 9 years old.
The 9-year-old came out saying he's gay.
Yeah. I mean, when you know, right? So
okay.
People are born gay. If you figured it out early, God bless you. If you're sitting here battered and whatever.
I believe people are born gay. Not everybody believes people are born gay.
Well, I'm telling you, people are born gay. And
I believe people are born gay.
So people are born gay. If you figured it out early, great. If you didn't figure it out early and you're tortured for half your life before you finally come out, I'm sorry.
Okay, so
but
9 years old.
So he went to his mom and said, "Look, he figured out he was gay over the summer, and he embraced it, and he said, "Okay, this is who I am."
Are his parents gay? I'm just asking.
Can I just get through?
I know. I just want to know.
All right, let's find out.
I just want to know if his
I'll read you the
parents are gay.
story then. A 9-year-old Denver boy took his own life last week after homophobic bullying from his classmates, and celebrity activists are mourning his death. James Miles, that's his name, a 4th grader at Shoemaker Elementary School, came out to his classmates on the first day of school, August 20th. His mother, Leah Pierce, told Denver TV station KDVR that he came out to her this summer and was scared of her response. He was like, "Mom, I'm gay." And I thought he was playing, so I looked back because I was driving, and he was all curled up, so scared. And I said, "I still love you." After coming out to his classmates at the start of the school year, Miles reportedly faced cruel taunts from his peers for being gay. 4 days is all it took at school. "I could just imagine what they said to him," Pierce said. "My son told my oldest daughter the kids at school told him to kill himself. I'm just sad that he didn't come to me." The Denver coroner's office ruled earlier this week that Miles died by suicide. Okay? So, no. I don't know what this thing is, but no. So that's the story, right? So Jamel Miles. So we're in a situation where this little kid came out to his mom over the summer, and she said, and I was watching an interview with her, she said that he wanted to go back to school and be open with his classmates and tell them, "Hey, I'm gay. Like, this is my reality," right?
Right.
And basically, you know, the bullies in the school were like, "Well, kill yourself," which seems to be like a throwaway kind of thing that people do that right now, right? People say that now. So when that
saying came out, because it's been for at least 3-4 years. It's been saying that,
right? And
they,
like throwing it away like it doesn't mean, like, ugh, kill yourself,
right?
Like, why would you?
And it used to be a big thing on Facebook, and I literally would go on people's comments and say, "Don't say that,
right? Don't
say that." I mean, why would you say that? Like, and I know that people are like, "Oh no, it's just a saying. It's just a saying." No, right, no, it's not.
Right.
No, it's putting something into the air. It is birthing things, right? Mm-hmm. Stop saying that. I was so mad when that term came out. And grown people, like with jobs and degrees and some intelligence to them, would put that out their mouth. Go kill yourself.
Intelligence don't equal sense.
I'm like, don't.
Or class.
I'm just saying. Right? I'm like, y'all got you got degrees and things. Like, y'all have corporate jobs, and you telling people to go kill themselves.
Right.
Are you freaking kidding me right now?
With you? What's wrong with you?
Like, I don't even understand. Like, that's not even cool. Like, in any type of jokingly way.
Yep.
And you know how I was joking, saying Spider-Man was too skinny to be Spider-Man, so I can joke us about it. That is no type of joke.
Right. That is no. That's ridiculous.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Why would you tell any? And then kids saying that. So like.
Right. We made it popular. Like, for some reason, some adult thought it was cute, and then probably said it on social media, and then another one said, "Oh, I think that's cool."
I like that.
And then start saying that, and then people start saying that, and now we have 9-year-olds saying that to each other.
You tell people to do that because of their opinion of the way they want to do something and the way they want to live. And because they have their own opinion and you don't agree with it, they have to go kill themselves now?
Right.
That's basically an essence of what we're doing here.
Right.
And now, 4 years later, of people saying that, because I've never written it on anything, nor have I said it to anyone.
Right.
But I know there's plenty of people out there that have. And now you can, and I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying this is the end. This is what we put in the air. That's what I mean by putting stuff in the air.
Yeah.
So 4 years later, everybody running around, go kill yourself, and a 9-year-old boy does.
And a 9-year-old boy does, because he can't. He's already so. He was timid to come out to his mom in a safe space, and now, you know, he goes to school, and that's the instruction, right? So the day before that, the little boy in Washington, right? Washington State, I believe, right? Wow. This kid named Carter was he was playing with his friends, and he sees that his friend is getting bullied by some other children. So he goes over and he's like, hey, stop that. Leave him alone. So the mob turns on him. He suffers a broken arm. He's getting kicked, punched. They rub dirt in his eyes. He had to have surgery to take rocks and granite and stuff out of his eyes in order for him to be okay. I'm going to show you footage of this beautiful little boy and his mom taking him out of school. This little guy is 6 years old. Now the police have figured out who it was that did this, who was the main perpetrator of the thing, right? Here's the issue. The perpetrator is 5 years old.
Oh my
what are
gosh.
they gonna do? What are they gonna do?
Oh my gosh.
Right? It's so hard. You can't really
my
prosecute.
gosh.
You can't really get into putting some 5-year-old in jail or in juvie even or whatever. He's 5.
And somebody's gonna say that is not the parents' fault, right?
So that's the question,
you could be
then, right?
the best parent in the world, and sometimes your kids just don't act right, right? That's what we're gonna talk about now.
This is nuts. So again, come get your kids, people. Like, these are children acting like this, right? Not a teenager that you can then, maybe even criminally send to juvie or punish them in a specific way, or really reason with them, right? These are children who are probably acting out either something they saw, or
These are
begs the question,
undisciplined children.
maybe undisciplined children, or it begs the question, how does a 5-year-old feel so much rage over something that 5-year-old needs to lash out in such a way that he one kid, and when that kid tries to get saved, he turns around and not only bullies but destroys.
So okay.
Breaks arms, rubs dirt in your eyes.
So this is one of those situations where now I'm just gonna say it, it might not be the politically correct answer or whatever, but this is one of those situations where 5-6 years from now, when a child does something, murders people, comes to school with guns, does whatever, something, right? And then they go back and say, oh, well, this kid has had a history of violence and abuse. He used to beat up his little kids or his sisters. He's killed dogs and cats and animals before.
Right.
So these are the patterns.
These are the patterns of the kids to watch.
This is the start of the pattern.
Right.
At 5 years old, this child has so much anger that he done did to not one kid but two, and a kid to where he had to end up in the hospital. Right. That's how bad it is. Right. Now, what are you going to do with this child?
Right.
Are we going to watch him? Are we going to put him in the right counseling? Are we going to make sure he's the medicine or something? Maybe there's something not going on right that he needs medical attention for. Are we going to look into that now? Or are we going to wait 10 years from now when this is now escalated into a mass shooting?
Yeah.
All for us to go back and look at his history and find those types of stories.
Wow. He was
because that was our because remember
bullied.
That was one of our last
that
was one of our last shootings, and they said that he used to beat up on people when he was young, and they said they used to kill cats and dogs when he was young, and that was one of the last kids that went crazy.
Right.
So again, what do? This is your flag. This is all the flags on the field right now.
Right.
And where do you go?
Right.
And that's my prayer, that you actually going to get this 5-year-old some help, some
counseling, it's needed, right? And I don't know what the parents are doing, and I don't know who the parents are or who the child is. But the truth of the matter is, if my kid did that at 5 years old, like, there's one thing if he does it when he's, older,
But
when they're 5, you still have a chance. They're still molding. The brain is still developing. You still have a chance to look, man. If you could be 5 years old and learn 5 different languages because grandma speaks this and cousin speaks that and whatever,
Yes,
and then
yes,
sign language too,
yes.
you can certainly
Yes.
teach this child to be a decent grown up.
Yes.
Right.
My dude has taught the dog how to open the door and close the door so he can go out and pee for himself. I know you can teach your 5-year-old kid some
Not
discipline
to
and behavior.
beat people up. Look how easy it
know.
is not to beat people up.
I'm just saying.
Look
to
how easy
control
it is not
emotions.
to do it. Right?
And when he says children are listening and modeling the behavior of the adults around them, and you know, I totally agree with that too. I believe we all know that, right? And the behavior of what they see here in the media, as what Mia added to Winnie's comment. And I'm big on that. I'm a big advocate of that, mainly, which is why I don't like that stupid song. I'm out here sucking Offset stuff, right? Because that is the thing. We get it because we're grown. But the 8-year-old and the 5-year-old, and then when you have a story saying, oh, this 5-year-old was caught in the bathroom with this kid, and then you want to be in awe. How could this happen? Well, you singing a song all day long about sucking somebody's stuff. Y'all don't think that plays any role in things? I just feel like it does. If you're modeling behavior, when I look at videos on social media and it's the little kid is doing the talking fast, doing all that talking or whatever, the little 4-year-old that asked the mom, has my child support check hit yet? Not just, has my child support check hit? You are modeling your mama right now.
Right.
And they think that's cute, and they put it on social media, it gets all these shares, and look at this 4-year-old acting grown.
Right.
But nobody sees a problem with that. I think there's a problem with that at the end of the day.
You know what's really interesting is that, and I think we differ a little bit here, because I don't really think, I could be wrong, and you can fill a library with all the things that I don't know. I've said that before, right? So I could be completely wrong. I don't think that media has as much of an influence as some people think it does, right? Especially on younger minds. Not always, right? Because you would figure that, going back to what we were talking about the other day with the video game shooting, right? So video games, it's easy for adults to kind of put violent video games and the violence in children together, and scientific studies say no, they don't have a correlation, right? It's not the same. So there's other things that are a factor. I think the number one factor is the parents. The number one. It's not what you're seeing on a screen, because I do fervently believe that kids learn quickly that this is not real and this is real, right? So I can see mom acting like this, so I'm gonna act like this, but not because I watched a bunch of Real Housewives, right? And it's not because of that.
The kids
it's because mama is doing, or mom or dad are acting like this, and it proves itself, right? Generation after generation after generation. There were plenty of racy songs on the radio when you and I were kids that did not affect us like that. There was plenty of racy stuff on television that did not affect us the way that our grandparents thought it was going to affect us.
Well, the only reason I would agree with that, but the only reason why I think it didn't affect me per se in the same way is because I had parents that parented me.
Sure.
So there wasn't.
I mean, they certainly go hand in hand, like
which,
how a child interacts with the world.
So I agree with you. First is the parents, but I definitely think media has a whole hell of a lot to do with it, because a lot of parents are letting media teach their kids. Because when I'm around, a lot of folks, especially, I could tell my friends that parent, and my friends that
plop their kid in front of the TV or give them a device. Yeah.
They're watching everything on YouTube.
Right.
From other kids doing stuff to whatever. Right. I definitely think they're mimicking what they see, because they're watching videos, sight and sound, like a lot of hours out the day. A lot of hours out the day. And I can literally see, like, I have friends that are like, nope, take that away. Like, we're going to talk. We're going to interact. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's parenting, right? So I'm not going to let you watch that, because that's not what you need to watch. We're going to talk. Let me know what your day is. Let me ask you these questions. Versus, no, all day long, you're sitting in front of something. There's 5-year-olds that can work your phone better than you. Because they're on it all the
Not
time.
me. Freaking 5-year-olds. Going from around here.
Let me get
Sorry.
this. Let me put